Hey, I should be live.
Okay, we're live. Whew, oh boy. Saya. Thursday na
Yeah.
naman.
It's not just any other ordinary Thursday, it's a leap year Thursday.
Yep, it's a Leap Thursday. Who is here in the chat? Please
Yeah.
move the glass. Let us know.
Yeah, so that we can acknowledge you.
Meron na ba?
Wala pa.
Maganda tayong tanong.
Glendale, there you go.
Dr. G, Ninang Abby.
Ninang
thank
Abby,
you so much. Hello. Good evening. Ninang Abby.
Professor Glendale.
Dr.
up?
G. Hindi pa siya doctor. You haven't gotten your doctorate yet.
Julian.
Julian, what up, man?
Aaron. Mac. What's up, Mac?
Aaron. Julian, walang debate. Chino's not here. Not because I scared him off or anything. Aaron, may Revolution watch party ba? I asked the other day. Nobody responded, but you know, if you want, definitely we'll talk about. We'll definitely do that kasi syempre patrons tayo. So,
yep.
As long as one person asks, diba? Sayang naman. So, sige. I-GG natin yan. Hirap na kasi Monday siya eh. So,
yeah. Sobrang sanay na tayo na Sundays. Yung pay-per-views and PLEs. It's kind of weird.
Saying France, who introduced himself to me finally nung watch party. I now
Ina,
know
good
him
luck, by
as...
the way.
Oh,
you
good
know
luck,
him
Ina.
as?
Good luck, Ina, sa thesis defense. Yeah, I know him as the guy who cosplayed Orange Cassidy at the WWE PLE watch party.
I mean, it's quite easy to cosplay Orange Cassidy. You just have to wear all jeans. Just shades ka lang. Yeah.
All right. Sige, marami na tayo dito. So let's start with our pre-show question of the week. So,
here we go.
Yung mga patrons already got a jump start on this the other day. But I want to ask y'all who are watching this on Facebook or YouTube, how long would you travel and how far would you go to ruin your most hated enemy's most important career or life moment?
Yan. Yeah, it's a comments.
Fun. Yeah. I'll start. Ako gagayahin ko yung sagot ni Kaz sa Masked Man show. 21 hours? That's nothing, man. Maiksi lang yan para sa akin.
Yeah.
I will travel far and wide.
Yeah. Ako naman I think I also said on our Discord na unfortunately I'm not that petty and vindictive. I wouldn't travel that far because I don't want to do something that ayoko mangyari sa akin. So if I'm gonna ruin someone's life, then they will have the chance to ruin mine. So I don't want to give them that
so what if they do end up ruining your life anyway after having traveled 8 hours or 12 hours to Naga? So paano kung nangyari din yun?
You know, like my primal instinct kasi is to forgive. Like I'm never the person who will take revenge. You know?
Okay. I don't know what I'm gonna say. Depends kung saan siguro. Kung kunyari magandang place like Singapore, G tayo dyan. I don't know. I mean, I won't go to some dump. Like,
sige, name a dump, bro.
I don't know. No dumps come to mind.
Yun, Glendale, let karma play. Yun.
Caloocan seems like a dump.
Wow. Baka may nakikinig sa amin from Caloocan, ha?
I'm sure they would agree it's a dump. Alright, I'm sorry.
Who's ready for story time?
What's going on? This is Xavier Woods, aka Austin Creed.
Let me talk to him.
Hello, WWE Universe in the Philippines. This is Charlotte.
Hey everyone, this is Jeff Cobb.
I have to finish the story.
We are pretty deadly. Yes, boy. Yes, boy.
Run!
Bang! The sniper is shooting you down. This is TMDK's Robbie Eagles.
Hey, this is the Cosmic Cactus, Paul London.
Hello, my name is Ilya Dragunov, the Czar, the NXT champion, and you're listening to...
And you're listening to...
And you're listening...
And you are listening...
And you're listening
to the Wrestling Podcast.
The Wrestling Podcast.
The Wrestling Podcast.
The Wrestling Podcast.
To the Wrestling Podcast. Yeah.
You are watching and listening to the longest running weekly episodic Filipino wrestling podcast. This is the Wrestling Podcast. Stan C, Ro Moran, and Emil Nate checking in on our very first live stream on Leap Day, February 29. Happy birthday to Tyrese Halliburton. Happy birthday, Melody Marks. Happy birthday to everyone else who only celebrates their birthday once in 4 years.
Jesus Christ. So I forgot the Lethal Leap Year reference. That's such a good one. I miss Southpaw.
So yeah, it's our last live stream for the month of February. For the next couple of weeks, ito sina Ro and Emil. I'm hoping Chino and Rowan can also be present because I'll be taking a couple of weeks off from the pod because I too have to finish the story and prepare to move out and get married and put a ring on it and all that good stuff. So I'm going to be enjoying this live stream with you guys because it'll be another couple of weeks before we can all be together again. But in the meantime, ang dami nating pag-uusapan between predicting Revolution and talking about the big wrestling ganap from the week. But before we get to all of that, Emil, kamusta naman ang gising mo on Leap Day?
Oh yeah, I woke up around 30 minutes earlier, so I slept around 11 and then I woke up until 6. So I had a great afternoon sleep. Medyo awkward siya kasi maliwanag sa labas eh, but you know, sanay na ako and you know, I'm all ready for tonight's live stream.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Ro? How was your Leap Day?
Yeah, okay naman. Feels good today. Was productive and stuff. I just wanted to thank everyone who showed up noong Saturday night for our Elimination Chamber Perth viewing party sa Skinny Mike's. I wasn't expecting much, but we did get to, you know, pretty much fill up the bar. So, okay na yun. For a non-Big 2, Big 4 pay-per-view event, I think the big hook was that, like I said, it was the first watch party na oras natin talaga na oras normal na tao, diba? So really helped. I enjoyed that a lot of people came by, some new faces as well. Thanks to our friend Hobby Dainsy who really promoted the event. So for sure, magkikita ulit tayo for the next one, which we'll promote in a bit. But thank you so much. It was a really nice time, and even though the show ran longer than we expected, it was still good. I think the energy naman was kept up all night, and natuwa din ating mga partners from Skinny Mike's Sports Bar and Everybody's Toys and Collectibles. Wala si Ador.
The way I see it, nagka-energy sila throughout the show because of all of the ad reads to promote Australia's tourism. So yun yung ano natin, pampabawi natin ng energy. So thank you, Western Australia. All right,
France. Sorry. France. The stream was not interrupted by golf. Nagkaroon na ng technical issue, so I had to disconnect the HDMI. Kaya bumalik doon sa TV nila. So it's the first time that actually happened in a long time. Our viewing parties sa Skinny Mike's and sa Hobby Stadium na rin have been pretty smooth and seamless until, you know, that time na biglang bumagal yung network. So buti na lang hindi na siya nagloko after that. But, you know, got me worried there.
All right, let's talk about the next one, the next viewing party, which is happening in about a month's time, WrestleMania 40. We are doing it big for the biggest WrestleMania of all time. We've got 2 simultaneous viewing parties happening. So that's Skinny Mike's BGC and Hobby Stadium, April 7 and 8 Manila time. So Sunday, Monday yan. The main show, starts earlier than way before. So it'll be 7 a.m. So 6 a.m. pa lang magbubukas na tayo at Skinny Mike's and Hobby Stadium. And if you want your tickets, you can get them over at tinyurl.com/WrestleMania40PH. So yan, nasa ticker, nasa slide. Early bird tickets, same price pa rin, 350 pesos with a free iced tea. Walk-in tickets, 450 pesos with a free iced tea. And well, for both venues, for both viewing parties, hindi pwede magdala ng belts and props because we want to protect both venues. We want to make sure na walang kabalbala na mangyayari. So, we have no choice but to implement our viewing party rules at both venues. And if you're not down with that, then we got 2 words for you.
I don't know what the 2 words are, but bowel belts, 2 words.
Yeah. Bowel belts.
The Bruce, we streamed through the WWE Network. So, I actually wasn't sure na lumipat na sa Netflix yung WWE. I thought that was like much later this year. But
next year pa yun.
Oh, yun. So, we really did have to use the network. And it had been working fine up until that time na nagulo ko siya for a bit.
Mm-hmm. All right, Emil, since you're back on the live stream, let the good people know what happens when you're a part of the Patreon program.
All right, you can support the podcast by subscribing to our Patreon and enjoy some benefits as well. It's at patreon.com, right there below, patreon.com/wrestling podcast, where as low as $5 to 250 to 260 pesos. Your local currency, of course. You get the chance to join in on our Discord and makichismis together with your other podcast, and also talk to us about everything and anything that you like. We also host some watch parties in there, and probably Revolution this upcoming Monday. So we're gonna do it to Discord because there's no really demand for an in-person viewing party for AEW pay-per-views as of right now. And also, you get some weekly reviews of the weekly wrestling shows, courtesy of me, Rowan, and Chino, Raw, SmackDown, Impact, Dynamite, the AEW weekend shows, Impact, so lahat na yun. And if you are part of our Patreon, you get some sweet discounts on the service fees pasabays that we just did. The last one just concluded weeks ago, and the next one we'll probably do before or after Mania. So yeah, just watch out for that. And again, by subscribing to having Patreon, you're pretty much supporting everything that we do here on the pod. So again, it's at patreon.com/wrestling podcast.
All right, let's clarify yung tanong ni Dr. G over on the comment section. We have 2-day passes, hindi lang nalagay dun sa slide, but it's in the link, all right? So the 2-day passes for either venue are 600 pesos for both days na yon. Okay, so
Pero bawal lipat-lipat.
Yes. So if you buy a 2-day pass, same venue dapat. Like parehong Skinny Mike's or parehong Hobby Stadium. Hindi pwedeng mag-transfer ng venues kasi magulo yun. Huwag kayong pagulo, alright? Huwag kayong patalo. So yung 350 and 450 na prices, those are for the 1-day passes lang for either Skinny Mike's or Hobby Stadium. Alright, let's get to some happy row noises.
Right, in honor of the embattled Maxine Dupree, WWE on Blast TV. All right. Sige, I just finished watching Raw and NXT on Blast TV just today. So, alam mo yun, I got caught up. You can get caught up as well. I know some people have been asking, where can they watch yung Raw, SmackDown, NXT for free on the right away? Dito sa Blast TV, guys. Kasi nandito lahat ng TV shows na legit. You also got the other stuff like Fast 10, Usher's halftime show from the Super Bowl. If you still haven't caught that, but all that good stuff right here. No pay-per-views yet. I think we'll be getting that on Netflix when the time comes. Pero dito sa Blast TV and dito lahat. Got NBA is coming as well, right? That's right.
Yeah, the NBA is on Blast TV now. So
the past season of NFL games is there as well. UFC is also there for the MMA bros and girls. So dito lahat yan. Just go watch that, please. Let's all support this. Kasi kung di natin support, tatanggalin nila yan, and we would have to shamefully pirate our weekly television shows like this was the early 2010s, right? I don't want that. It's already here. It's all in a good place. It's free for Converge and Globe subscribers to internet, and for everyone else, it's around 189 pesos a month. Guys, that is a super steal. Go check it out, guys.
Yeah.
App.com page.
Listen, guys, I work with WWE, but I still need to watch Raw, SmackDown, and NXT legally. So don't make me
Yeah.
go back to the high seas, all right?
There is no way for the WWE employee to watch it. The Kasi wala siya sa network eh, di ba? Wala
Yeah, it's not
siya,
on the
ano.
Oh,
network.
wala,
Yeah.
wala, wala.
So don't make me go back to the high seas, man, para lang ma-update ako. So I
Ayun,
can
Ed
do my
Sheeran
job.
fans. If you want to watch the next Ed Sheeran concert here, may pamigay si Blast TV. They also did that for the Jonas Brothers concert last week.
Yeah.
So si Ovation, maraming ganap yan. So if you want to catch the acts that they're now bringing because we're fucking old, you know where it is, Blast TV.
In the words of Ed Sheeran and Taylor Swift, everything has changed. All right, let's get to some actual wrestling stuff. We're going to start with some bad news. We woke up today to the update that Virgil, former WWE and WCW wrestler, has passed away at the age of 61. He'd been battling health issues. Parang may nabasa ako na I think he also suffered a stroke. 2 strokes sometime in April 2022, and he'd been diagnosed with an early stage of dementia. So that's something Virgil himself had shared on Twitter. So, Virgil was clearly before my time as a wrestling fan. Pero syempre, I knew who he was because of the video games, because of his association with Ted DiBiase, and sadly, in his post-wrestling career, he'd been turned into a meme, diba? Because people would like take pictures of him do sa mga conventions na wala masyadong napunta. But, he was somebody who really hustled, really knew how to, try to maximize yung exposure niya at these conventions and to make as much as he could off of his name value. And it's really unfortunate how everything shook out for Virgil, in the last couple of decades since he retired.
Let's clarify something. The reason why Virgil became a meme is because he really was out there trying to get money. Because he was overcharging he was overestimating his star power from the 90s and the 80s as the manservant of Ted DiBiase, right? And more than anything, because that is a pretty telling indictment of what it means to be a wrestling star, a pro wrestling star. Even though you get seen on TV and stuff like that, diba? Even though meron kang exposure out there in the big time, that doesn't always translate to financial stability, doesn't translate to long-term feasibility, doesn't it doesn't set you for life, kumbaga, unless you are someone like a Hulk Hogan, right? Or a John Cena or The Rock, right? And that's the sad case of what happened to Virgil. He was reduced to trying to get whatever money he could, even at the expense of ruining his goodwill, because he would really just charge people for every little interaction just because walang pera after if you don't become a mainstay in the business way after your time is done, if you don't have a plan B, that's what happens to you. That's if you don't get to shift careers to something that's more quote unquote adult, right? Not smutty, but real world na adulting. And that's the sad, that's the part that people don't think about when they think about being a wrestler or being in the pro wrestling business. So hopefully, I hope that wrestlers today are more able to make wiser financial decisions or career decisions. Pero sana rin yung mga company, they do more to not take advantage, not exploit the people that work for them, especially the ones that earn them notoriety, earn them the viewers, the fans. And after years of laughing at Virgil and his hustle, his grift, diba? I get it now. I understand why he had to do that. Even if I'm not trying to make money as a wrestler, just trying to make money in general as an adult, it's fucking hard. And you now get what Virgil was trying to do. And personally, I can't laugh at him anymore because the business did leave him kind of destitute, not to go to destitute, but way less than what he was making, or way less than what he was back when he was a young wrestler or a young performer in the business. So it's really sad. It's a sad tale, and I just hope that kahit papano Virgil in his later years was able to be comfortable at the very least or happy.
Yeah, I'll just echo the same sentiments that you guys have said. I mean, you know, as a fan who hindi siya naabutan, just the fact that I know him and he has been more relevant than some of his peers, in the later years. I respect the hustle. I respect the hustle, and kahit naging meme siya, at least you could see you could see it na ano eh. You could really respect the way that he goes out there and try to earn money as much as he can. So yun.
All right. Yeah. Rest in peace to Virgil. Rest in peace din kay Ole Anderson, who
Yeah.
also passed away earlier this week.
Yes,
One of the
yes.
original Four Horsemen. He died at the age of 81 just yesterday, February 28th. So, a pretty sad week for fans of yesteryear, lalo na itong sina Ole Anderson and Virgil.
That's sorry. To really quickly about Oli. Without Oli, there would be no Arn the way we know Arn now. So, very instrumental din si Oli, even though hindi siya matunog sa generation natin. So, rest in peace as well to him.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's say hi to one of our friends, Dwayne Manalastas of Everybody's Toys and
Hey,
Collectibles. Thank you
Dwayne.
for joining us.
Thank you so much,
Sabi
Dwayne.
niya, he'll be at the Mania watch party. Which one, Dwayne? Because we got two.
Wants to be where the
naman ng
people
prizes
are.
for both.
Paano kaya yun? Divide and conquer kayo ni Dwight.
Yeah, but we love the Manalastas brothers.
Yeah,
we love
thanks,
Everybody's Toys and Collectibles. So thank you guys for the support. All right, let's get to yung pag-usapan natin from Monday Night Raw, starting off with Cody Rhodes. And apparently, his story has taken another turn because now he wants to fight The Rock. So, I don't know about you guys, but when I was watching yung Elimination Chamber Perth segment nila with Grayson Waller, I was actually expecting Cody and Seth to go and challenge Roman Reigns and The Rock to the WrestleMania Saturday main event, diba? The tag team match people have been fantasy booking since the kickoff event. But now, it seems that Cody Rhodes wants to face The Rock one-on-one, and Seth Rollins is nowhere near this storyline at all. So, what do you guys think about the prospect of Cody working back-to-back nights at WrestleMania, singles match pa yung pareho, and with yung Cody claiming na, yeah, I'm going to be hunting the bloodline, I'm going to take them all down, and he's going to do it na kahit mag-isa lang siya.
Before Emil answers this, what is the bigger main event? Is it Cody Rock or Cody finishing the story with Roman? Now that The Rock has has inserted himself in all of this drama.
I still think it's the Roman. The finishing the story one is still.
But Roman's not a bigger star than The Rock, though.
Does that matter? Because people have been following this one.
Yeah, it kind of does. It kind of does.
Kasi
ngayon, the Rock's arrival kasi has really overshadowed a lot of things. So it really is interesting. I don't think there's a wrong or right answer here, but it is interesting to think about. But sorry, go ahead.
No, I don't mind it kasi Daniel Bryan kind of also did the same thing 10 years ago when he pulled double duty by going after Triple H in the opener and then going in the main event against Randy Orton.
But he had to go through Triple H in the opener.
Yeah, but still, it was he still pulled double duty. So I don't mind that he's the most over babyface in the company. I don't mind if the biggest babyface will pull double duty because no one's gonna complain about seeing Cody twice at WrestleMania. At this point,
hindi ko kasi alam. I thought they were doing the whole Seth thing, but gets ko naman bakit hindi because Seth has to do Drew. Drew explained it as well in the promo niya on Raw. I kind of get it. I would do it for night one. You maximize it as well, the most you can. Sure, I don't hate it. Some people think it's another twist, but syempre, it's where the twist was going anyway. I mean, it's where the story was going anyway, diba? The Rock insulted you, so you might as well. If you don't do something about that, what the fuck does The Rock do, diba? So anong gagawin The Rock ngayon? He wanted to be in WrestleMania, but if you don't put him in WrestleMania, is this not what he was going to do, regardless of who he was going to face?
Yeah. parang logical din na Cody would have to go after The Rock. Kasi sinampal siya ni Rock, di ba? In front of all those people, in front of the whole world. So, ano rin, if you're gonna go the stereotypical machismo point of view, what kind of man are you to let some man bitch slap you in front of the world and then not do anything about it?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that should be one to watch, especially since hindi pa natin alam ano talaga yung matches. Hindi pa naman pulido ano yung magiging main event ng WrestleMania Saturday. So we'll see. We'll see if we get Cody Rock or if it does become that tag team match between Cody, Seth, and Roman and The Rock. Sticking to Raw here, di pa rin natin alam sino yung magiging kalaban ni Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. But now we've got guys like Sami Zayn and Chad Gable staking their claim. So, Ro, you mentioned on the podcast weeks ago na Sami's on this underdog arc. And it kind of does seem fitting na he's headed for Gunther and the Intercontinental Championship. Like, I think that's not a bad WrestleMania story for him.
Gusto ko dito na pinapansin nila yung mga taong natalo ni Gunther. Like, they're not just cast aside for whoever is the next one in line, right? Like what they do with Roman. So I like they're acknowledging the people that he has stepped on along the way. And both Chad Gable and Sami Zayn do make good points. I don't know who else are going to add to this. For all we know, it's like Rey Mysterio or whatever, Kofi Kingston even. The New Day, diba? Put them all in with Gunther. It's fun, but also worrying kasi which one are you gonna give the championship to, diba? Pero okay ako dito. Who gets Gunther at WrestleMania? The answer is yes.
Ano, Emil, do you want like a ladder match, kind of like what they did in 2015 and 2016?
Yeah, bring that back. Bring that back because when they did it for back-to-back Manias, those matches were like the best matches on the show. So, but I would feel weird if Gunther will lose the title in a ladder match. Na hindi man lang siya napipin, hindi man lang siya nasasabit. Kasi, yeah, it will kind of invalidate, hindi naman invalidate, pero sobrang sayang nung someone could have used that moment to elevate themselves by beating someone who's been champion for 600 days. Now, in a one-on-one match. So, I would be okay if it would be a multi-man, but kung ganon, I want Gunther to retain.
Ito, may sinasadya si Derv. Sabi niya, ladder match daw, night 1, and then night 2, the winner goes on to face Gunther.
So this WrestleMania is puro double duty. Ganun gusto nang gawin? Jesus Christ. You're gonna kill.
Also, that's gonna be tough kasi medyo crowded na yung card pag ganun because you already have 2 singles matches that were born out of the Elimination Chamber alone, which we'll talk about in a bit, diba? So, how do you squeeze in as many superstars on the card without, I don't know, sacrificing time or yung fatigue ng crowd?
Yeah. 7 o'clock lang siya magsisimula, diba? The more I think about it, the more I want the multi-man match. Yeah, it does protect Gunther. Julian is right here. I think all of the guys that he beat did earn their WrestleMania spot from having good matches with Gunther. I think whoever wins it, I think they all just need to be there para ma full circle yung ano nila, yung championship chases nila.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sino ba? Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, Sheamus, Ricochet.
Yeah.
Finn Balor.
Sure.
No, Finn's gonna be busy. He's gonna be defending the tag team championship. Yeah.
Dominic. Put Dominic in there. Mysterio.
The guy with the big head.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, if I were in a multi-man match and Ricochet was there, he's probably the first one I'll beat up. Kasi Ricochet nagsimula eh. If he didn't lose to this guy, he wouldn't be holding the championship for almost 2 years.
Yeah, I would like that lahat ng mga, most of mga challengers who Gunther beat will come back. Parang survivor na ano. Yung mga tatanggal babalik. So they can beat this one guy. It will take what, 8 or 7 guys.
Unlike a Survivor jury, though, they're not voting to win or voting for Gunther to win. That's the analogy is off. My Survivor brain is getting ruffled here. Okay, let's talk about the Elimination Chamber fallout. Sabi ko nga kanina, there are 2 more singles matches that are now likely to happen at WrestleMania as a result of the Chamber. AJ Styles flew 21 hours to Perth for sweet, sweet revenge, which appeals to my heart. Lumipad siya papunta Perth para lang paulan na ng steel chair shot si LA Knight. And then Logan Paul and Kevin Owens look like they're headed for a WrestleMania match of their own as well after everything that's happened between them over the last couple of weeks.
Kevin Owens or Randy Orton?
Sorry, Randy Orton pala. Yeah. You're right. My bad. It's been a long day.
That's the my intro lalo yung likod ni Randy because of this. But hey, I don't hate this. I feel like they're tacked on, especially with the WrestleMania that's been brewing for quite a while now. Pero gets ka naman. AJ Styles versus LA Knight. Sige, gets ka yan. It's been brewing since last year, diba? Randy Orton versus Logan Paul. That's the one that's kind of random. Pero okay, sige, Randy Orton and Logan Paul, 2 internet favorites, depending on who you ask, diba? Sige, palag tayo dyan. Sure, I don't mind it. It's one of those things. Okay, it's a good mid card spot, but it's not something that I'm super excited to watch unfold.
Actually, ito nga yung mas nakikita kong bagay yung multi-man ladder match the US title scene. Because all of them are intertwined with one another. Mm-hmm. Like KO and Logan, Randy Orton and AJ Styles and LA Knight. So you could probably do the multi-man with the US title instead of the IC title.
Kung ganun, di lahat ng match multi-man na. Put The Rock in the main event against Roman and Cody. Wala nang singles match sa WrestleMania. Everything is a multi-man spectacle.
Like WrestleMania 2000. Walang singles match. No, I'm just saying, like, I think mas bagay dito yun Kasi the stories that they've been telling on SmackDown kind of screams like we're heading towards a multi-man for the US title at Mania. Yun lang naman.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's easy to say kasi Triple H has done such a good job of building people. Like, ang daming nabibuild na stars. So again, the answer is, put them all in a multi-man match. It's WrestleMania. That's why we have the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. But again, it goes back to what I said a long time ago. You do have to edit these things, and in the editing process, talagang may mala left out. Sure, that's why we did 2 nights of WrestleMania, which is still a good move, in my opinion. Pero if the solution is to throw everyone in a multi-man match, I know that's not a real serious solution, but that's also pretty lazy booking. That you do need to commit to the stories you're telling.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned your editing role. Like, who do you take out, diba? How do you remove Randy Orton from the WrestleMania card? How do you remove LA Knight from the WrestleMania card? How do you remove Logan Paul from the WrestleMania card?
Let me look at the Wikipedia page and see how it's building up. See,
so
Randy Orton.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, si Randy Orton madali lang yan kasi injured siya. So easy to write around his injury, which he sold really, really well at the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, looking at the card right now, we only have 4 announced matches, and all of them are singles matches. So it's Seth, Drew, Rhea, Becky, Roman, Cody, and Io Bailey.
The Rumble and Elimination Chamber matches. Okay.
Yeah, so there's still room for like everybody else, but I'm just saying, if you're gonna edit people out, who do you edit out after the crazy, amazing 2023, 2024 people have had?
Once I see the full slate, that's when we can have an answer for this. But if itong 4 matches, this is like 2/3 of one night pa lang, diba?
Yeah, that's right. Over the last couple of years, we have had like 14 or 15 total matches at WrestleMania. So may space pa naman. All right, last up, before we go to break, let's talk about Tama Tonga. Because it's been reported by the Wrestling Observer that Tama Tonga has signed with the WWE. So concurrently, the Good Brothers have appeared on NXT. So now people are asking, ano ba to? Are they bringing back the Bullet Club through the Good Brothers and Tama Tonga? What's the plan here? Is he going to be the new leader for Gallows and Anderson? For me, hindi ko lang ma-reconcile yung may tension between Gallows, Anderson, and AJ Styles. And then Gallows and Anderson suddenly turned heel on NXT. Parang nag-aamok sila na medyo unrelated sa situation nila with AJ. And where's Michin in all of this?
Alam ko Michin has said na she wanted to strike out on her own. I think they acknowledged that on screen, if I remember correctly. Either on screen or on Twitter or something. But I know that she pretty much wanted to separate herself from the club. Not naman leave the club, but to distance herself as she pursues a singles career. But Emil, this is your theory as to why the Good Brothers were brought down to NXT. So what do you think?
Yeah, this sa sinabi ni Stan regarding the Good Brothers turning heel. I think Carl Anderson said something in a promo yesterday na the scuffle that he had with AJ on SmackDown led to this new edge that they have that they're using in NXT. But like when the Good Brothers went down to NXT, it was one of those akala ko mga one-off lang na okay, they'll go down there for a while, do a program, that's it. And then the news started to come out that Tama Tonga is signing with WWE, and it kind of made sense in my head as to why they are in NXT. Oh, they're gonna introduce Tama Tonga in the WWE through the OC, through the Good Brothers, kasi may relationship na with, and people can easily recognize now, oh, this guy was with them when in New Japan as the Bullet Club. So that's, I think, the easiest way to introduce Tama Tonga into the WWE canon. The same way that AJ when he went into the WWE, although he was alone for a while, but after a few months they reinserted him with the Good Brothers as the club. So I think that's the way to do it. That's the way to do this. I don't know if he's gonna be a heel or a face when he comes in, pero I think, it fits. It just makes sense to pair him up again with Gallows and Anderson.
Ako naman, I thought that they did the sudden turn because na-finalize yung deal, diba? They finally had plans for Tama Tonga. It kind of makes sense, but also doesn't make sense. Medyo kulang sa finesse, pero at least may ginawa silang paraan para itawid ng konti. I think they're gonna be heel because the Good Brothers turned heel, so it doesn't make sense, right? unless they're in feud. But I don't think that.
Yeah.
I do also make sense, I guess, for Tama to try and play face. Tama has been trying to do a singles thing in his last latter run with New Japan. So who knows? We'll find out. I do think he's kind of one of those guys. You didn't think much of him as a singles wrestler in New Japan because he was always in a team. Pero he's big enough to kind of be a big deal single star in NXT. It's funny how those things work when it comes to the environment you're in. So we'll see. I think medyo exciting to. I mean, it's one of those also one of those things na some people will be like, who? But people know the Bullet Club, so I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, what I'll say is we ultimately know nothing kasi when we were talking about yung vignettes, diba, na man has three faces, people were saying, uy, si Nakajima from All Japan. And nobody guessed freaking Sean Spears to be the man has three faces guy. So, gentlemen and ladies, we know nothing.
That's true.
On that note, we're gonna go to break.
Sorry. Ano pangalan ni Tama Tonga sa NXT? Probably gonna be something Latino, guys. You never know.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
Hindi, wag. Mali yun. Hindi tama yun. All right, we gotta go to break. When we come back, we'll be previewing AEW Revolution, which is happening Monday, Manila time. But first, let's hear from our other podcasts right here on the Pod Network. All right. Our friends in the comment section have been enjoying the jokes about whatever Tama Tonga's name can be. Rowan is clearly not here, so he can't get in on the Camacho jokes. All right, let's go talk about AEW Revolution. Are you guys hyped for this? Aside from it being Sting's last match or it being the first big pay per view of 2024 for AEW, is there actual hype for Revolution for you guys?
The thing about that is that hindi naman sa hindi siya hype worthy, but there are two things I think that get in the way, and one is because WWE has been so hot, especially with The Rock. So when you have that, talagang wala kang magagawa. You just have to keep doing your own thing. But two, and it goes back again to what we were saying about Tony Khan, is that hanggang ngayon, di pa rin niya naayos yung storytelling niya heading into his pay-per-view. So he's juggling a whole bunch of things. Like there is some storytelling that pertains to the pay-per-view, but there's also some other things that he has to juggle, like the CMLL partnership na is randomly appearing every week, na walang real focus on anything going on. There's no singular focus on it. So if AEW is the only thing you watch, then yes, you're probably hyped. But if you're watching everything, and this is not a knock on AEW, the discourse, so much of the discourse is really focused on WWE through no fault of AEW or other promotions. Even Impact has a good share of the discourse now, diba? Kasi ang dami nilang binibring in na big name talent, relatively big names. So I'm not saying that I'm not excited. It's just that I wouldn't blame you if you were also pretty excited for WrestleMania and Elimination Chamber in these times.
Ikaw, Emil, hype ka ba for Revolution?
Yeah, I think I'm quite hyped a bit. I will agree with what Rose said. If you have been following everything, there might be a chance you're not as hyped coming into Revolution, because it's not even their fault. It's everything.
Yeah.
Everything else, because of course you only have 24 hours a day to catch everything, 7 days a week.
Kalaban pa nila yung Eras Tour.
Oh, nga pala, no? So your attention is all on these different things. So baka in a way nakakaligtaan mo na, there's a Revolution pay-per-view in a few weeks. So, and TK again, also agreeing with the storytelling, still is pretty random at times. And like we said, AEW is at its best when it's like a super an indie super card, and that doesn't bode well for your pay-per-views, which needs some really good storytelling for people to buy in. So, but I'm pretty hyped because this we're gonna run down through the matches, and I went down so earlier when I was going through the matches, I could see myself being hyped on a couple of matches here and there.
Emil, did you just say that you're pretty high or you're pretty hyped?
Hyped, sorry. I just woke up. That's the thing. Sorry, I just woke up.
Hi.
Hindi kita judge, ha? Hindi naman kita
No. I don't,
or whatever.
I don't do that stuff.
All right, let's start with the All-Star Scramble match. So this originally was supposed to be the Meat Madness match, but instead we get an All-Star 8-man scramble. So the three guys in Meat Madness are here: Hobbs, Lance Archer, Wardlow, and then they're joined by Chris Jericho, Hook, and Brian Cage. Tapos meron pang dalawang qualifying matches. You've got Magnus of CMLL, not Magnus Nick Aldis for obvious reasons, versus Matt Sydal on Rampage. And then for Collision, I'm assuming, you've got Penta versus Dante Martin versus Brian Keith. And the winner gets a future title match for the AEW World Championship. So, I don't know or understand ano yung criteria for all of these guys to be selected. For someone like Magnus, who's not even in the company, to be, to receive a qualifying match. I thought there were rankings. So, I want to get your thoughts on this and who you think will be a future number one contender for the AEW World Championship.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Emil.
Yeah, people are saying it's Wardlow, but I think it's too early for Wardlow to go after the championship kasi injured pa si Adam Cole eh. The story with Wardlow and his story with the World Championship involves Adam Cole, and if Adam Cole isn't healthy, then he's still stuck in purgatory.
No, that's what Adam Cole said. Because he's injured, he needs Wardlow to win the championship for him para mabigay niya sa kanya yung championship. Yun yung entire point of the Wardlow thing. That's why Wardlow cut a promo last week about how he wanted to win the championship already, and actually that was pretty weird kasi bigla siyang nagreklamo about not getting that opportunity, which was super kind of off character, especially with what they were doing with the Undisputed Kingdom. Which is why yun yung sagot ko, because he cut that promo and now he's looking like a sad boy here. And the whole Undisputed Kingdom thing kind of got stuck because yun nga, nag-reveal sila, Devil, and then Adam Cole can't really do much, and then Wardlow kind of doesn't do much then because the world championship scene is Samoa Joe, Hangman, and Swerve, diba? So if you're gonna set that up, then I would give it to him already, diba? It's something for him to do, and yung Undisputed Kingdom story can't just be Roderick Strong chasing after the International Championship.
Ikaw, Emil, your pick.
Nah, it's really hard for me. You know what? I go with Wardlow, even though I said it's way too early. Maybe have him win this match and then have a program with Joe here for like good 2 to 3 months.
All right. Next up, we've got a tag team match between FTR and the Blackpool Combat Club. So yung pinaka-story dito is Mox cut a promo saying na everybody needs to step up and get stepped on. So basically like an open challenge to any other badass in the company. Ang question ko lang dito is, I thought the BCC were going after CMLL. What happened there? I was trying to follow that thread and I have no idea what happened there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying about the CMLL thing. It's very random. Ang di ko rin gets kasi yung parameters of what the CMLL partnership really is. Like, they did the thing for 3 weeks or so and then they bounced, or most of them bounced. Tapos konti na lang yung natira, yung mga dregs na lang natira. So they transitioned it to FTR kasi, after they beat sina Hechicero, Mox challenged, more people, and then FTR accepted the challenge. They did that. Dax accepted his challenge, right? And then it turned into a full feud with FTR. So that's how they transitioned into it. So gets the man, there is an underlying thread that kind of gets there, but it's tough because Tony Khan was trying to book like 3 months worth of stories heading into Revolution. Tapos sa Revolution lang nila na, or the past 3 or so weeks lang nila na plakado yung gagawin nila for Revolution. So this is what happened here. I'm kind of over FTR right now because they aren't really doing much other than showcasing themselves on Collision and then now on Dynamite again. So I think I would just give this to BCC because I'm a BCC guy.
Well, here's my thing about this. I don't want this match to be 20 minutes long. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry na ngayon ko lang siya nakita. Like last week.
Are you gonna rant and then apologize again, Emil?
No, I'm sorry for not seeing it until now.
Okay, good. Because that's what he's sorry about.
I am sick and tired of these 20-minute, 25-minute FTR masturbatory matches.
Oh no, he's using my language.
I got it from you. There was a glass breaking moment when I asked the Discord if it's a valid criticism that their matches go on 20 minutes every freaking week.
Oh, you make it valid. You make it valid now. Go make it valid.
A great tag team. Parang na sila, they're just going through the motions, and they're going through the motions every week for 20 plus minutes. And at first it was fine when Collision was first created. I did say I love the FTR versus Bullet Club Gold matches. Those were fine, and then they started doing it every single week up until the point that I started writing reviews for Collision, and I got sick of it. I got sick of them always main eventing, always 20 minutes, and di naman sila nanalo most of the time, which I'm okay with. But God. If sana man lang they can do like 5-minute sprints. I want to see them do 5-minute sprints rather than 20 minutes kasi nakasawa din talaga siya. Like kahit gaano pa sila kagaling, if you're doing it every week without any, parang walang direction na pupuntahan, it can get tiring to watch. And I'm a
Teka lang,
big
Emil. Ito, here's a valid comment from Anton in the chat. Sabi niya, why would I order a pay-per-view just to get a 10-minute match between two of the best teams in AEW? I think that's a valid counter-argument.
That's a very much a valid counterpoint. It's just my personal opinion. I'm just tired of FTR.
So what's the answer? What's your answer to that? I want to hear. Because I have an answer for it. I want to hear yours.
Oh,
I don't have an answer for this. Come on, you guys.
Oh.
I don't have an answer for this. So, sige.
Okay, so the thing about let me qualify kasi the masturbatory call. As a wrestler kasi, when we're in the ring, as long as our energy permits us, we kind of love being in there for as long as we can. Kasi it's exhilarating. The experience is exhilarating. That's why they're able to do this, guys like FTR, guys like Bryan Danielson as well. Even my guy, Bryan Danielson, is not immune to these things as well. Masaya siya. It's fun to fight. It's fun to wrestle in there. That's why some people train to go that long. And, I know some people here in the local scene who really, really love going long. They, sometimes kahit pagod na yung crowd, they will want to go long. It's fun for them. It's really fun. I will not deny that. It really is fun to be in the ring as much as you can, as long as you're happy in there, as long as you're not, you're not scared the fuck out of your mind, out of your heart. It's really, really fun. But that's why we are also taught to work within limits. That's why pag TV, okay, may oras ka. Hindi ka pwedeng mag-overtime kasi kung na-overtime ka, lahat ng tao apektado sila. Babawasan yung oras nila. And it goes to show that you're also kind of inconsiderate. That's why, yes, they're given 20 minutes every week on Collision because it's their show and then it rates well. People like that stuff. I'm not denying that it's not good. I mean, it's not bad. It's really good stuff. But, sometimes it does get tiring. Sometimes the 10-minute match is also refreshing. Just because a match is not 20 minutes doesn't mean it's not good, guys. Match length is not a determinant of what makes a match good. I can tell just as good a story in 10 minutes than most can do in 20 minutes. The person I said who could work 20 or so minutes, some of that stuff is boring. Like, he couldn't pull it off. Pero gustong-gusto niya kasi gustong-gusto niya nasa ring siya. Gustong-gusto niya nag-wrestling siya, pakitaan ng technical prowess, diba? So, that's his thing. But it doesn't always translate, guys. So, that's why I call it masturbatory, because it's not always working for the other person who is either you're in the ring with or is watching you. Sometimes it's really only just working for you. And that's the problem with some of these things, diba? So that's why Emil and I have been kind of down on this for FTR. It's not because it's not good, but because sometimes I also wanted to see the other people on Collision get more time. Like, I wanted to see another women's match. That's half of that FTR main event could have been cut for another women's match, which could have been a rep for them or someone else who needed the time. So I think kasi in terms of in terms of the big picture, the industry thing. Anton, you can do a work rate match in 10 to 12 minutes. That's just as fine. 10 minutes is longer than you would think, all things considered. People like to think that it seems short on paper, but watching the whole thing, that's like what? Almost 2 segments on TV. That's not a short duration.
I think the easier counterpoint, like from a fan's perspective, is why would I order a pay-per-view just to get a 10-minute match between two of the best teams in AEW? That's why you don't do 20-minute matches every week on TV.
Yes.
You save that stuff for the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
That's how you make the pay-per-view special.
God.
Yun,
Yeah.
so yun lang.
Sorry, one last thing. The two of the best matches, two of the best teams in the company, in the industry, they can make that 10 minutes really good.
Exactly. If they're as good as they say they are, they can make 10 minutes. They can do some magic in 10 minutes. That's what I'm saying with
Puno-puno rin
FTR.
ang work rate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Puno-puno rin ang work rate yung 10 minutes na yan.
Oh, they're so talented as a team that I think they can do a 10-minute match and still be as good, if not better, than going 20 minutes. That's the thing for me.
Let's move on to the next match. Bryan Danielson versus Eddie Kingston for the Continental Crown Championship. And then I think yung stip is win or lose, Bryan has to shake Eddie Kingston's hand.
Oh man. I love this feud. I love this feud for what it is. Like Nigel shit talking to Bryan every week on commentary in Collision, and then Bryan shit talking to Eddie Kingston. I love this feud. Looking forward to this match. I think Eddie wins. At this point, Bryan can lose and still be credible. So I'm going with Eddie.
All right, let's do wrestling logic here. Danielson made him tap out. I made him pass out kanina on Dynamite, so Kingston wins. I think TK naman has a good grasp, and I think he understands that he has something here with the King. Alam niyang he's hot right now, and I think Danielson also knows that Kingston is hot right now. He's really just facilitating this reign. His entire player hating act is to help Kingston get even more over. So I'm putting my money on Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, this is the second Kingston that Bryan will be putting over on a big show.
in the first, in the first quarter, in the first half of the year.
Yeah. I mean, if he wants to go for a three-peat, we better call Sean. All right, next up, TNT Championship. It is everyone's favorite father, Christian Cage, defending against Daniel Garcia. So dapat si Adam Copeland, but Cope is injured or unable to be part of Revolution. So Daniel Garcia got magically slotted in here kasi siya yung nakalaban ni Copeland in the no contest.
Yeah. Sayang. Could have been a really good final moment between the two childhood friends. But I don't know. My heart says Daniel Garcia needs to be compensated for his great performance noong C2 Continental Classic. But I feel like Christian needs to save himself for Adam Copeland. But then again, you don't need Adam Copeland. You don't need the championship to really to close that chapter, I guess. So I want to see something different. I think Christian Cage has fully served the TNT Championship. So let's shake things up and give it to DG.
Ito did Adam Copeland said at some point said he's going after Christian or he's going after the TNT title?
I
think yeah,
like
parang
he wants
both.
to go after the title
Both?
to get to Christian. Kasi that's what Christian values the most right now, yung championship.
Also, I will have Christian retain the title. Kasi
Okay.
again, the end game here is Adam versus Christian for the TNT title. If he's only going after Christian, then yeah, I don't mind giving the title to get Daniel Garcia and have him have a great run with the title. Pero you have to finish that story first before, I guess, moving the title to another person.
Tapos October pa pala balik ni Copo.
Oh my God.
Naging Gunther na rin si Christian Cage.
Kaya nga bigay mo na lang kay DJ, diba? I mean, he deserves it. The guy proved that he's a good face.
Yeah, he has. All right, another match we've got on the card is Will Ospreay versus Konosuke Takeshita. So Will Ospreay made his debut on Dynamite earlier as a full-time member of the roster, and then this is being billed as a match within the family, the Don Callis family. So I think the only question here is how will Ospreay get screwed by Takeshita and the Don Callis family, diba? Because like all signs are pointing towards a turn.
Yeah, in fairness, na-align na nila yung perception ni Ospreay sa New Japan to the US, right? So that's pretty good. At least they finally pivoted that. I don't know. I'm sure the screwdriver will come into play here. It's tough. I don't want any of these guys to lose, but gun to my head, Takeshita na naman nanalo. I'd rather give it to Big Take.
So you're gonna have Ospreay lose his first major?
Yes, fuck that.
pay-per-view?
He's already
Wow.
over. Yeah,
Wow,
why not? He's already over. Dude, I mean, I said I didn't want either of these guys to lose. I mean, it's Ospreay's first match in as a full-time All Elite, diba? But it's not like it's his first ever match as in AEW, so I'm fine with him losing.
Oo nga naman, kilala na siya eh.
Yeah.
Bagay.
I need
mawawala sa
Big
kanya.
Take. I need Big Take to take this.
You know what? I'm going with Osprey just for the reason it's his first. It's his first go as a member of the AEW roster.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Again,
baka manalo nga si Osprey tapos maburat sina Takeshita and Don Callis and they beat
and
his
they
ass
turn
afterward.
him. Yeah.
Oh,
sure.
and then Aussie Open will return and save Osprey.
Pwede. Is Mark Davis still
Di
injured?
pwede, si Kyle Fletcher nasa family. Ano ba?
No, like, you know, I just want United Empire to be a
Kiking
thing.
Solomon mo rin si Kyle Fletcher. Are we gonna have to call Rowan back?
No, I think Mark Davis is still injured. Ayun nga.
Oh,
So, again,
yeah.
I posed the question: is Okada coming back here? Coming in here, pala rather.
Tapos na
Why?
siya sa
Wala naman silang
in
link ni
New Japan,
Osprey.
no?
Meron.
Wala siyang link kay Osprey. Wala siyang link
Meron.
kay Don Callis.
He and Osprey are connected from
Chaos.
From,
I mean, yeah, they had a
the-
rivalry. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, sure. Yeah, but it's
That's
not
a
like...
link. It's still a link.
I guess. I did not think about that, to be fair. So.
Yeah. I think they had the respect exchange in one of their last matches.
All right.
Yeah. Oh no, but Glendale here made a great point. Kyle Fletcher's in the family kasi nirecommend siya ni Osprey. Pinasok ni Osprey. Si Fletcher sa family. So he's aligned with Osprey. He's more aligned with Osprey than he is with Callis. So
Hindi, masaya siya na pure champion siya. Ikiking Solomon siya. All right, we're going to take a quick break and cut our predictions episode in half here. When we come back, we'll talk about the other 4 matches here for AEW Revolution. But first, a word from our other podcasts on the Pod Network.
Glendale has a question here.
Last
Sorry.
4 matches
Why?
sige,
sorry. Why overshadow Osprey's pay-per-view match as as the official full-time member of the AEW roster? Because it's not his first time, guys. He's been here before. It's not really that big of a deal. He's just in here finally, but we've seen him in the biggest pay-per-view we've ever had. So it's not new.
Yeah, he was at All In. He was on Forbidden Door. I mean, but there's a reason why we said na Osprey and Okada, sana nag-WWE na lang sila para talagang big deal na, it's a new playground, new environment, and all that good stuff. All right, Orange Cassidy, he will defend his International Championship against Roderick Strong. I think it is time for Orange Cassidy to rest once again.
Yeah, I mean, this was made for Roddy to win. Kasi kung di pa siya manalo, ano pang silbi ng Undisputed Kingdom, diba? Ba't pa kayo nagsama-sama?
Para sama-sama maging talunan.
Yeah, the Undisputed Kingdom needs some momentum badly at this point.
Yeah.
Kasi they had that reveal and then after wala na. Like they've been stuck on Rampage and Collision. So yeah, Roddy will win this title, and Orange can get some rest. You should get a vacation here.
All right. Let's talk about the women. Our lone women's match dito sa Revolution. It is Timeless Toni Storm against Diana Purrazzo. Why? Did you think there was a second women's match?
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Kasi injured to Julia Hart. Jesus fucking Christ, right?
Oh, man.
Yeah, injured to Julia Hart. I remember now. That sucks. Okay. I generally don't know. I genuinely do not know who is going to win this one. Kasi for one thing, the timeless gimmick has kind of slowed down, but it's still entertaining. But I think it's done its job of reestablishing Toni Storm as the woman to beat. Yeah, Anton is right. Neither woman feels like they should lose, but this is wrestling. Somebody has to win. I would legitimize yung pag-sign nila kay Diana and give it to her, even though the chances are way bigger that Tony will keep the championship and then Mariah May will end up challenging her sometime down the line.
One of TK's faults when it comes to booking the women's division over the last 2 years is that he will debut someone new. They will go after a title, and they will have them lose in their first title match. But I'm seeing something here new with Diana because when they've been booking her really strongly ever since she debuted. So I think Diana will win the title. I'll go with Diana.
Right. Yeah, diba?
Sabi ni Derv sa comments, what if Tony wins and she moves on to the CEO come big business?
Hirap eh. If you pit Timeless versus Mercedes, diba? Parang kakainin si Tony ng buhay.
Yep.
Si Diana rin kakainin ng buhay. Kahit sino yan,
Yeah,
kakainin ng buhay. Against,
yeah, exactly. So
Mercedes.
might as well offer up Diana.
Oh God.
Yeah, make her a transitional champion, I guess.
How is that any better than what you described, Emil? Na someone debuts, gets a title shot,
She will
loses,
be a champion.
forgotten.
She'll be champion.
Yeah,
She will
kasi
not be
yung
forgotten.
sinasabi ni Emil na matatalo ka sa title shot mo, tapos wala ka na. At least ito, si Diana, mananalo ka.
Kahit
You'll be in
papaano.
contention. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Okay. So yeah, that's the one women's match on the card. Moving on, we've got the three-way for the AEW World Championship. Hangman Adam Page versus Samoa Joe versus Swerve Strickland. I just gotta say, I really enjoyed that segment earlier. Like for about a split second, I was like, "Oh wow,
Yeah.
Adam Page is actually injured. Oh, he's kawawa." Tapos bilang, "Oy, kupal." That was good. He pulled the Mark Henry here.
Yeah,
When he-
that was really good.
When Swerve turned his back on Adam Page when he was talking to Samoa Joe, that's the moment that okay, this is a Swerve. Hangman's gonna attack him from behind. So I'm glad that Hangman is healthy and he's okay. He's gonna be in this match. Kasi I don't think hindi pa talaga di pa talaga di pa talaga solid yung pagka-face turn ni Swerve for me. Hangman is needed for him to be fully babyface.
I don't know.
That's
After
why-
that, it was pretty solid to me.
Exactly.
Oh,
Hangman needed to be that evil for people to finally root for Swerve. Finally, I'm glad that this is still a three-way, and I will have Samoa Joe retain because
Bold.
these two will be so busy beating up each other they will forget Samoa Joe. So Samoa Joe will win.
Sa patong dapat walang matalo except for Hangman. Si Hangman lang pwedeng matalo dito. But, there are two other guys here, so which one wins? So, I want Swerve to win. It's his time. But I think he does need to, as Emil said, really, really cementing babyface turn niya. Even though it's kind of cemented by now because people, want to cheer him. He's really, really over. But it's Samoa Joe. It's really tough to have Samoa Joe lose on paper. I'm sure they'll find a way to do that really well in execution. Pero on paper, ang hirap patalunin si Joe. I'm gonna bite the bullet here and go with a Joe retention for one last time.
I want to give Joe his flowers because in that segment, while we were all marveling at how great Hangman was by being such a dick to Swerve, Samoa Joe had a great facial reaction. He was just like, "Oh, okay, go Hangman, do your thing, soften Swerve up. This is only good for me." So it was very much on brand for his character, and I loved it. Nice subtle touch.
Yeah, that's why he's a champ.
Indeed. Yep. All right. The presumptive main event is Sting's final match. He and Darby Allin will be defending their AEW World Tag Team Championships against the EVPs, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson.
I just want to say that I just realized that the reason why the Revolution build-up has been so disjointed is because hindi pa rin malinaw kung alin talaga yung main event nila. Diba? Like, nothing felt like the main event. Like, it felt like the World Championship match was the main event. But also, sometimes it felt like this was the main event. But now...
Obviously, they've been building it as Sting's last match.
Yeah, now it is. Pero for a long time, it kind of wasn't, parang the past couple of weeks lang nila really finocus na it's gonna be the title defense versus the EVPs, right? So maybe that's why it kind of felt disjointed to me. But now I get it. Yeah, now it's really this match. So at this point, why would you have the EVPs become the new age Mr. McMahons if they're not gonna win? So that's the pick.
Yeah. I just want to say before I get to my prediction, seeing Sting go down from the rafters, as someone who didn't see that in WCW, I was smiling so much when I saw that. Sobrang bilis ng pag-descent ni Sting. That was a moment na hindi ko makakalimutan because I've never seen that when it happened when he did it before. So and that was such a cool moment that it makes you think that the Bucks are gonna win the titles at Revolution.
Yeah, normally I would think that maybe Tony Khan would want to send the people happy, but I think the fact that it's Sting's last match, even if the Young Bucks win, but they'll gloat, then they'll leave the ring, and then Sting still gets to have his moment, then dun magsasara yung show, diba? So I think yun pa rin parang feel-good moment na Sting gets to say goodbye and whatever.
I think it's gonna be a bonkers match. Seeing what
I'm sure
Sting
it's
has
a tornado tag match.
Yeah, diba? Seeing what Sting has been able to pull off in the last few years of his career, diba? He's what? Senior citizen siya, diba?
He's 64, dude. He's older
Yeah.
than my dad.
Yeah,
I've been showing my dad yung mga pinagagagawa ni Sting, and I'm like, dude, he's older than you by like 7 months. And his only response is, putang inang yan.
Yeah, so it's gonna be
Sabi ko,
bonkers.
kaya mo tumalon? Sabi ko,
Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
yeah, it should be. It should be. Shout out to the Young Bucks, to the Jackson brothers for saying that, maybe we should implement a dress code around here. That line popped me.
Yeah, hold on. I know what they mean. I know.
Yes. If you know, you know. Sinabi rin yan ni Taz. I too had to follow that dress code.
We're throwing it back to the mid 2000s.
Yeah. To be fair, in the local scene, we tried to F with the dress code.
Hindi
After
naman-
one show, we were like, screw it.
Hindi naging strict yun. It was just a suggestion from Billy Sway. I'll tell that story sometime.
Yeah. If you want to know, tweet nyo na lang kami. You can hit us up at Wrestling2XPod.
We'll explain it to
Alright.
Discord na rin.
Yeah, we can explain it to Discord for the patrons. So go sign up to be a patron so you can get the scoop on these exclusive stories. All right, let's get to some plugs as we begin to wind down here. Emil, what do you have going on?
Wala naman, just follow the pod on all social media platforms, and I've been reviewing. I've been writing reviews for the AEW weekend shows. So for Collision and Rampage. So subscribe to our Patreon to see, or just go to our Patreon to see those reviews. And yun lang. Follow the pod on all social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, everywhere.
All right. How about you, Ro?
All right, guys. It's less than a month before DexCon WrestleStorm March 23 and 24. 23 is a meet and greet at Unbox Green Hills. And 24, it's the show at Brawl Pit Pulusan. Guys, the card is so fucking stacked. I was surprised. You already got the Calamari Joking Kings, Masa Takanashi, and Chris Brooks going up against Oro Plata Mata. Then you have us, Gemini Kings, facing TZK for the WW Tag Team Championships. Then you got visitors from all over, from Thailand. Got the Kappas, got Shivam. Ang daming ganap. Like I'm super shocked. Please go check that out. Please go get tickets. Kung wala pa kayong tickets, it's at dexcon.helixpay.ph, DEXCON.HELIXPAY.ph. Guys, check that out. Sige, saan you promote kasaysayan?
Yeah. Before kasaysayan, for those who want to catch PBA, I'm calling the Northport versus NLEX game on the Smart live stream tomorrow. So that's the Smart Sports Facebook page yun. So go catch that if you like your local basketball. That's tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. And then MWF Kasaysayan is happening this April. I believe it's April 14, second Sunday of the month at the UP Film Center, old stomping grounds namin ni Ro, sa UP Mascom. Go catch the tapings. It'll be a joint joint show between MWF and Kyushu Pro Wrestling, which is yung promotion ni Tajiri. So it's not just Tajiri, but a lot of his students slash fellow wrestlers from Kyushu Pro. They'll be mixing it up with the MWF roster, so it should be a fun first set of tapings for the year 2024. Again, it's MWF Kasaysayan, and you can get your tickets on tickettome.net. So for all details, go to MWF's Facebook page. All right, that's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for checking out this super-sized, super-stacked episode of the Wrestling Podcast. Thank you very much to Babyface producer Jasper and all of the other producers at the Pod Network for all the work that they do behind the scenes. Go follow us everywhere at Wrestling Podcast or at Wrestling2X Pod. And if you haven't yet, go hit that subscribe or follow button on Spotify. Sobrang laking tulong yan for us here on the podcast. I'm going to miss everybody for the next couple of weeks. I will see you after we finish the story. Until then, on behalf of Romoran and Emil Nate, as well as Chino Liao and Rowan ASH, my name is Stan C, saying this has been another episode of the Wrestling Podcast. Stay safe, stay healthy, don't be a dick, and, well, later, Outcasts. Bye-bye.
Peace.